Hello and welcome to the November challenge. We've now done this in September and October. We're doing a different flavor of it in November, but excited for the adjustments that I've made to make it a better contest and something worthwhile for you to participate in. So uh, this month, this November, from November 1st through the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving in America, I'm hosting November Challenge, which is every day you'll have the opportunity to earn points and win one of three prizes. First prize is a $125 date night. Second prize, $75 lunch date. I'm calling it. Third prize, $40 coffee date. So what do you have to do to win? So there's two ways you can earn points. Every day you can put in a submission with up to 4 items in it. What those items are is gratitude that you're sharing for the emotional labor that your partner does. So for example, um, I, I wrote a post, you can see it here. I'm grateful for when Alyssa, my wife, does the emotional labor of helping her toddler potty train and being consistent with it even when she's tired. Thinking about the experience of our toddler as it's getting colder out, listening to me and validating my emotions. When she shares, I'm thankful for the emotional labor when she shares vulnerably and apologizes for when she's being cranky. So those are moments of emotional labor. If you need a little bit more info on what emotional labor is, this is kind of where the coaching comes in. If you go over to the Mental Load Mastery modules light, you can see one of the items in there explains deeper like what qualifies as emotional labor. But I think you'll start to get the feel for it as you see more people posting in the first couple of days. Just to get the ball rolling, I will be putting out example posts. Um, so you have your first three prizes. That in that you can post 4 of those every day. You get 2 points each for them, up to 8 points. You can score a day with that. The other way to earn points is by referring people into this community. So I recognize it takes emotional labor to talk about people in your communities and say, hey, like I'm working on this challenge, trying to understand invisible labor. Please join this. And then for them to post and say, hey, so and so invited me to here, you get 20 points for that. So currently it's unlimited. Last month, someone brought in 5, which really helps them boost. They're already crushing the challenge in the first place. I think they would have won either way. But that's a bonus way. Like if you're close head to head with somebody and you want to boost yourself, getting referrals in and having them post saying, hey, this person invited me. So that's 20 points. Next piece is as you're posting, use the category November with the little trophy on it emoji. That helps me categorize the posts, and it's much easier for me to check in on who's done what. Um, at least once a week, I will be checking in on the submissions and scoring them. So if the first couple days go by or you've joined it a couple days late, and you're not seeing anything happen yet, I usually batch out my submissions like I'm grading papers. Back when I was a high school teacher, I used to crush like 100 plus papers of grading all in one sitting. It's a lot faster and more efficient for me to do it that way. Then, and I'm much less likely to lose track of points that people are scoring. Contest ends on the 27th. And the last piece is that points can be combined with your partner. So even if your partner is in one of the other communities. So the Mental Load Mastery community is the paid community for the men that I work with. The Fair Play Mastery community is that is typically for their spouses. But if you want to participate, some people choose to still do it in the basics because they like seeing other people's posts in there as well. You can put it in any of those 3 communities, but whatever is easiest for you. So if you're putting points in one place and they're putting points in another place, that's fine. They can combine together for a total score. Um, I'm looking forward to. I think September has been the best month. October is good, but not as good as September. I found that when people were acknowledging the invisible labor of their partners, better things happen. Versus October, I gave it a shot to have guys acknowledge for themselves what mental load they were carrying, and I don't think the vibe of that went quite as well. I invited women to acknowledge what their men were doing, which I saw more of those submissions than men acknowledging themselves. So I'm sticking to anyone can participate. You're acknowledging your partner. So husbands doing acknowledging their wives, wives acknowledging their husbands, same sex couples, acknowledging each other doesn't matter. I'm really excited for this. If you have any questions in the DM, feel free to ask. Also, if it feels like a question other people might benefit from hearing the answer to, feel free to post it in the community. But in September, we had almost 1,000 total instances acknowledged. There are about 300 or 400 in October, so I'm hoping we can break the 1,000 barrier. We had about 30 to 40. We had 20 really active people. We had about 30, almost 40 somewhat active people, but I wanted to create 3 prizes rather than just one so that people are less likely to give up. So, because I know there's likely going to be some front runner that might be hard to catch, but I want there to be a worthwhile secondary thing. But remember, the real prize is all the gratitude that you're sharing about your partner and the invisible labor that you're doing. When you are seeing the invisible tasks, if you are seeing the invisible tasks that they are doing, you're going to greatly benefit by having a new lens of the work that they do in your home. So looking forward to seeing what y'all post in there. Again, DM me if you have any questions.